Hey, what's good? You're talking to a girl from the hood. Yeah, I got a little bit of sense, and I'm looking for a man that can be my fresh prince. I've been working hard trying to see just who I am. Trying to use my voice, learning how to take a stand. Understanding what's important, who needs help, who needs me. Giving meaning to my people and awareness to the streets. I empower, I encourage, I educate, it's a need. I'ma put y'all up on game. All you gotta do is take heed. Entertain you for an hour, you laugh and you might cry. I'ma always be transparent and I'll never tell a lie. So come along and join me. I have things to discuss. You're following your girl who found her purpose. You're following your girl who found her purpose. Hey, hey. You're following your girl who found her purpose. Hey, how are you guys doing this evening? I want to welcome you guys to another episode of She Who Found Her Purpose. Tonight, we are talking about being a baby mama, if that comes with drama or not. So this is a amazing episode because I think we're going to break a lot of the chains and take away a lot of that negative stigma that comes along with the word baby mama. But before I bring the ladies on, because I have two amazing guests, I just want to let you guys know that this is for entertainment purposes only. So I'm not on here to tell you guys what to do. I'm not saying that you have to listen to everything that I'm saying or what the guests are saying, but the individuals that I bring on do have personal experience. I've told you guys that I feel like the next door neighbor, your cousin, your brother, your auntie, those are the individuals that you want to learn from. And for those that don't have those individuals to look up to, this is the space for you guys to come to. So we're bringing you everything live and uncut. These people are down to earth, they're relatable, have a lot of experience in these subjects. But today, we're going to do it a little different because one of these individuals is on here because she wants feedback from you guys. She wants help because this is the first time she's ever been a baby mama. So she a little nervous and she has questions, concerns, and she just wants you guys to answer some things, not just me, but you guys as well. And then our other guest is going to be able to bring some insight as well. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my first guest. Her name is Kim, and she is the young lady who is the new baby mama that's on here trying to get some questions answered and just, be a little more comfortable with her new role, I guess, in life, if I should say it like that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So how you doing, Kim?
I'm good. And yourself?
You looking good. You looking
Thank
good.
you. I need a little something, you know what I'm saying? My
debut. Yes, that's right. And the next beautiful woman that I'm bringing on is my cousin. The reason I wanted to bring her on is because she has definitely broken the mold for the word baby mama. Because when you think of that, you think of negativity. A lot of people don't want to be called baby mamas. They don't really, they just don't want to be a baby mama. They don't want to be associated with the word. But this young lady has definitely done an amazing job, her and her baby daddy, because we're gonna use the straight up words. Her and her baby daddy are both doing an amazing job co-parenting. So Shelly, we're gonna bring you on. How you doing? She in there cooking, y'all, because like you said, we right in the house. So what you doing, Shelly? How you doing?
Hello, how you doing?
We doing good. Thank you for coming on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got some comments in here. Tony said, "Hello, Kim." And Lisa said, "Let's see, Kim. Let's change the title, boo. No baby mama, the mother of his kids." Okay,
that's
Lisa.
Cute.
We're gonna talk about that as well. We're gonna talk about the labels. Okay, all right. So I know, Kim, you had a couple of things that you wanted to start with, and I think
you're supposed to be starting it off.
I know, I'm about to.
Okay.
I'm saying the first thing that you wanted to talk about was the shame, and I think that's kind of what Mika hit on. just the shame of being labeled a baby mama.
Right. So I got pregnant with my daughter, Miss Camry, in 2019. So initially I was shell shocked, like I was like shocked, like, okay, I'm pregnant. So number one, I also want to clear this up because the baby mamas have this stigma, like we have babies to keep them in. So I am not that girl. I am not her at all. I did not keep my daughter to keep nobody.
Yes.
Like I said, I got found out pregnant. Initially, I'm shell shocked. You know, it came in a situation where we're just, you know, there's no title on what we're doing. So now we have a baby in a mix. So, like I said, I was shell shocked. So now I'm 32. I'm pregnant, and I'm not baby mama number 1 or 2. I'm baby mama number 3. So it's just like you could have did anything you wanted to do in the world, but you decided to become baby mama. You decided to So then, like, and when I found out, I decided that I'm just gonna have my baby. You know, I'm 32. You know, you got that biological clock ticking, so I was like, might as well just push through, put my big girl panties on, and I'm gonna have my child. So that's what I did, and I'm very much happy in my decision. There's not a day that goes by I regret it. Like what did I do? Or whatever. So but I was still dealing with shame, like being the third baby mama and so late in the game in my life. I mean, there's days I still deal with it, but now I'm okay. It is what it is.
Well, that's good. That's good to know because you should be okay. I mean, things happen. You can't control when you meet an individual.
No.
Okay, so Tony said, and I think he is responding kind of to what Mika said and to what I said as
what
well.
do y'all want to be called?
Yeah, what do y'all want to be called? Mother Goose?
No, I don't want to be called no Mother Goose because that sounds like we old, and I'm not that.
No, right? And we're not saying that, you know, what I was saying, and I understand what Mika's saying as well. Mika doesn't like being called a baby mama, is what I'm assuming she's saying. And she wants to be called the mother of his kids.
All right.
But I feel, and maybe once again, this is just because I'm not going to say I don't care what people think, but I'm comfortable with who I am. Mm-hmm. I don't think it matters if I'm called a baby mama or
you're
if
not
I'm
a wife.
The mother of his child. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a wife. I never have been. And so there's nothing for me to be ashamed. If there's anything for me to be ashamed of, it would be all of those titles because once again, I had a child out of wedlock. So none of those, in my opinion, would be appropriate or would make me feel good. If one's going to make me feel bad, all of them would, if that makes sense. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Chanel, how you feel? Or Shelly, I'm sorry.
It don't bother me at all. It don't bother me at all. But he don't like the term baby daddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Huh?
Have you guys talked about it, or how's he told
Would he
you?
Be like, I'm your kid's father. I'm not your baby daddy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But mind you, my kid is 22.
Right.
I had her at 18. He was 17.
Okay. So, and how she's 22 now.
Yeah.
So you guys have had a long journey.
A long journey. And it's been a lot of bumps. It ain't always been great.
Right.
But
did you ever feel any shame?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
That's good.
No.
I can't say I didn't feel. I know I felt a little bit of shame, but I felt shame because I was in church and I had been taught something. Not saying, you know, anybody else is not.
Yeah, right. But it's not to cut you out, but we're Seventh-day Adventists.
Oh, girl, look, I was woo. Yeah, we didn't know that before we met, but that is something that me and Kim have in common. We are both Seventh-day Adventists, so I think having that in the back of my mind, for me, I was extremely ashamed, but I did have my daughter, like you, Chanel, at 18. You know, I was still in high school, and I just felt like it was not appropriate because I was like singing in church groups and I was really into church. And so I
Right.
did drop out of church as well because of that shame. I stopped going to church and I stopped engaging with people that I probably should have continued to engage with because it would
Right.
have made my journey easier. But I don't regret anything because it made me, the mother and the person I am today. And like you said, it was a lot of bumps and bruises because I did have a lot of drama in
Right.
both situations, from others. And then I was the aggressor at times, and I have to acknowledge that as well.
I've mostly always been an aggressor. I think I still am.
Oh, well, see, there it is. Right. But it still worked out for you. Maybe because you had a man that was receptive to that aggression and you guys just kind of clicked and you agreed to
Now
this.
we just kind of like just like, all right, we gonna be who we are.
See,
Because
I
he
think
wasn't bowing down. He wasn't bowing down at all.
oh, so y'all was bumping heads then.
We was bumping heads, but we didn't fight in front of her. We didn't disagreed on a whole lot of shit. Like, we started off doing birthday parties together, and then we had a long time that we didn't. Like, Christmas
Okay.
wasn't always together, but we learned to respect her feelings because
Right.
at the end of the day, she was depressed or she didn't like us to fight. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So you gotta put your feelings aside and worry about your
Yes.
business and what's going on.
I think that's
And
important what you said, and I seen Kim shaking her head over there when you said that you guys were doing parties together and doing.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh, you got? Do you? Did it make you feel some type of way when you? Because I see you like, you had to pick up the wine glass.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Maybe when she's like 4 or 5, we have grown to do that. But right now, no, it's okay.
but even not having the parties together, it's okay. As long as you don't gotta be at everything.
Right.
Like, everybody know you her mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of women fuck up at. Like, I'm her mother. Like, everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want the woman around the kid. My thing is, my daughter daddy loves her. So I know he wasn't gonna ever let anything happen to her. And once you get that in your head, you'll be fine.
Right. But I think the question to ask, and hopefully I'm not overstepping my boundaries, and I'm gonna get Tamika's comment in a minute. And Kim, you looking at me like you better not ask me nothing that
No, I was reading the comment.
But the question is, are you guys at a place, I guess, where you guys can communicate like that, where he will throw a party for her or where he will take her off and do things? Because he has to have the relationship with the child as well. So does he have a relationship? I guess that's the question. Does he have a relationship with Cambry?
To a certain extent, yes. So he has a personal relationship with Cambry, but his family do not. So therefore, yeah. And that's where we're going to end it.
Okay. All right. So that may make it difficult right now. So maybe that's why you said initially that when she's 4 or 5 and she's a little older, because she's only 1,
right?
That you guys may get to that point, because right now you guys are still learning.
Very much so.
Okay. All right. So Mika said, yes, ma'am. I never said I had a baby daddy, nor he called me his baby mama. It's not being shame of being called a baby mama. It's the respect. Some females act like a baby mama. Me personally act like the mother of his kids with high respect. Okay. I mean, I guess you can see, once again, I think that's going with the negative stigma. Somebody, because really, how can you act like a baby mama? I mean, I know what you're saying, though, because we stigmatize baby mamas and we think that they're supposed to be ghetto or loud or cause problems. And that's not always the case.
But for me, it's like the name baby mama. It don't bother me. It was just for me the shame of becoming the third one. It's so late in the game of life, like that. That's where
I'm not gonna even lie. I probably would have been a little ashamed of that too. My daughter is the oldest of 3. And I personally probably, I'm not, the kids is out the door for me, but I probably wouldn't have a kid. But I always be telling people like, like I just told one of my ex-boyfriends, like, you got 3 babies, like there's no way, there's no way. So I get what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah, it's being so late in the game and knowing. It's like, so now you're the third one. You know what I'm saying? I think I would have just died had I been the 4th one. Just resuscitate me.
No, you wouldn't have, because you would have been able to get over that hump. Because once again, like Mika said, don't be ashamed.
Right.
Don't be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through things. We all have experiences. And like I like to say, no one sees.
And you can be the first baby mama and not have a good experience. Yes, at least with you being the third, you can see how he treat his kids and how he love on his kids, and it'll be your choice to have that baby.
Not only that, sometimes people grow and they do learn as time goes on what they need to do and what they should be doing as a father, you know?
So that ties into what we had discussed. Another topic that we want to discuss is like dealing. Remember we talked about how, like Shelly just said, you could see how he deals with his other kids because you're like the third one. But see, my issue is I'm dealing with being like, he'll acknowledge his other daughter, social media posts or whatever, and it'd be like, so where's my baby? You don't post my baby. So you know what I'm saying? And dealing with that too. Right. So
so that's anger is what I'm hearing. That's a little bit of anger and animosity.
Very much so, sweetie.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. But also, once again, these are things that we should be looking at. Like you keep saying, okay, so I agree with Shelly saying you shouldn't be ashamed of being a baby mama. But maybe that shame is coming because you knew who he was before you got pregnant. And so it's not really the having the child, it's the man himself. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's perfect, but you know, I mean, I don't know. Like she said, I mean, what was the interaction with his other children before this happened? Or do you know?
So some of these questions don't pertain to me because
never mind then. Let's move past that. We're not even gonna answer that. Okay, so Ernest said, I call my son's mother the mother of my son. I never called her baby mama.
That's nice. Kudos to you.
Yes.
Kudos to you.
It's a lot of good men out there that say, I don't know what I've been called. I probably been called a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, I know I was a good baby mama because I didn't ask for nothing, because not that that's a good baby mama, but I allowed them to do whatever they was going to do. If I'm going to ask, and if you're going to help, you're going to help. If you're not, my baby ain't never going to go without. You know what I mean?
That part right there.
There wasn't no begging or pushing or pressing the issue because I felt like I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Let's see. Terrell said, what about the baby mama that envies the baby daddy that's doing good for himself, being a decent father, and she can't have him anymore? Here we go.
Another day.
Yeah, look.
That's a whole other topic, Mr. Terrell.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean,
and that's probably what most of the people problem is. Like me, he had another girlfriend by the time I had my baby. You know, so it really, we haven't been together for that long. Right, but that nigga got my back to this day.
Period.
And I don't worry about nothing. I don't ask him for nothing. But if my kid is here, she lives with him right now. But if she's here, if she needs something, he gonna make sure I got it too. When I go to California and visit, anybody out there, I stay with them.
Right.
I be in the room with my kid, but I mean, he always leave that window open to where I'm gonna always be around her. It don't have nothing to do with me being around him.
Right. And I mean, I'm a baby mama twice. Once again, I'm not ashamed to say that, but I have that type of relationship with my second baby daddy, whether I want it or not. And I do say baby daddy because I guess, you know what? I guess I'm biased, y'all, because I was just about to say, because if it's the father, because I do call my first daughter's father the father of my child, and my second one, I call him my baby daddy. So
Right.
I think in my mind, I guess I do separate them, and I can't even be biased because there's levels to this shit. So I mean,
Oh God, it is.
for real.
But going back to
Yes,
Terrell's
the anger.
comment,
Oh, you want to go to Terrell's? Okay.
yeah, what he said, what about the baby mama that envies the baby daddies that's doing good for himself, be a decent father, and she can't have anymore? So my thing, that type of situation, like for me, that as because my baby daddy situation is up, down, all around. It's very much a Vivian Green emotional roller coaster, but very much a roller coaster. So for me, in my situation, like that makes me mad hearing that a baby mama is being difficult to her baby daddy when he's actually doing good. You know what I'm saying? When I have the opposite baby daddy, and it's just like that's what I want. Like I want him to be that man.
Right.
I never deprived my daughter of her daddy. I used to throw her at his ass. Like, you want her? Come and get her. You want her? Come and get her. Like,
the difference is he wanted to be in her life. And once again, I'm not saying that, you know, Kim's daughter's father doesn't want to be in her life. Look at that. That's just too much work to say that Kim's baby daddy didn't want to be in her life.
Like I had to, like it's up, down, all around, and for now he's putting much more effort. Like I had to threaten him with child support. Like I had to go file the papers. You know what I'm saying? Get that man on him. Now he's stepping up effort versus Terrell. And you know, I know is there for his kids and partaking his kids. He just went to a parent conference. He left work early to go to a parent conference. So just like, oh, that's so nice. You know what I'm saying?
So that made you feel some type of way, is what I'm saying. When you see,
it does. I feel very much triggered when you hear stories from these men that say, "Oh, my baby daddy is like, I mean, my baby mama is doing this to me, and these men are really like stand-up guys being in their kid's life." And
but this is my thing with this is my thing with these men that say she stole my kid or she ran off or she's in another state. So I asked them, if somebody stole your car, what you do? You will report that motherfucker stolen, right?
Right.
So this bitch didn't skip town with your kid, or you ain't seen your kid in this long, or 95% of the time these bitches is on the county. You know what I'm saying? So you can't go find your kid. You can go, they don't want to go through that paperwork. They want to see these kids on holidays and Christmas and shit like that. They don't want to keep them 2 and 3 days out of the week.
Right. And
like my daughter, my daughter, daddy, he kept her for a week and I kept her for a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, like if somebody is doing something to your kid, you gotta put in that footwork to get this quality time that you're crying for, or I don't want to fucking hear about it. Period.
That part. Mm-hmm. Well,
look, Kim, like I'm taking okay. Look, Terrell said that's dope. Tony said, what does that matter? Just love the baby. We're gonna always love
the baby.
Yeah, we're gonna always love the baby.
Gotta do right by him. These men's gotta do right by him. Right. I'm always love my daughter, but her daddy gotta do right by her. I didn't lay down, make her by myself.
And once again, we're not saying that all men are bad fathers, because there's a lot of great ones out there. You know what I'm saying? Shelly talking about one, Terrell is one. I know a lot of amazing fathers and a lot of
and now then we in the 2000s, like these, it's a lot of stand-up men. I know a lot of single fathers, and it's like, damn, like, so it's kind of equal.
Yeah, I think
it's a lot of men out here raising their kids, raising these young men, raising their daughters by themselves.
Yeah,
that's true.
Nika said, "Why do you separate them?" I think she might be talking to me. I separate them because they play different roles in my children's lives. If you're talking about the father of my daughter and my baby daddy, because they just play different roles. One was a father, and I feel like fathers provide, but sometimes they may not give that moral support. And one was there and did everything that needed to be done as a parent, especially when I couldn't, especially with me going to jail and different things, when the other parent has to step in. So I guess it kind of goes with what Shelly was talking about and what Kim is struggling with, because when I did go to jail, who's going to take care of my kids if I go to jail? And not that that's something that I want to be experiencing, but with me not being married to any of these individuals and not having a significant other, they did have to pick up that slack. And the men have to have a certain mindset and be strong enough to be able to play that role. And I'm not just talking about a woman, because the women do play a part. And it's great when you find a great woman that is supporting the man and taking care of your child. That's why you see a lot of people calling people their baby mama or, whatever. Because it's a lot of women that's stepping in and helping as well. There's a lot more camaraderie, I think, with that situation, which is good. And we see that more. But they just play different roles in my kids' lives. Terrell said, I call my 5 baby mamas BM1, BM2, etc.
Etc. Whatever works.
Yeah.
And as long as you taking care of them, you good.
And they know which one they are. You like baby mama 3.
Linnell, let's get into Miss Tamika said, Kim, how long would you accept them up and down roller coaster ride?
Oh, get into it
then. Let's get into it. Let's unpack.
How long you gonna? How long?
Because you know why I'm still here on the roller coaster, because you'd be like, because that's my baby daddy. That's the father of my child. It's not a regular other man. It's the father of my child. And us women, when you have a child, you want that family dynamics. So you probably stay a little bit longer than you should, like trying to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Hoping he come around. You know the game. You know the game. He gonna change. Jody, my Jody.
I done been through that too. You be
right. He gonna change. He ain't nothing but a mama's boy.
I want to be with my, the father of my child, and I want to make sure I ain't with nobody else, and I don't want to have nobody else raise it. But once again, I think that goes with being comfortable now with what is going on and just you and your situation. You can't live for anybody else. You got to live for yourself, and you got to do what makes you happy, because if you're going to be stressed out.
And honestly, for me, it's more so when Camry do whatever age that Camry get, and we have that conversation about her daddy and whatever. I just want to be able, in my head, the way I be thinking, I just want to be able to tell her, like, I tried. I really did try, but XYZ. You know what I'm saying? Right. Rather than just say it just didn't work or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but at whose expense? You want to stress?
And that's what I was going to say. I don't know if I got it in me to try. If it wasn't, if I didn't have the experience that I had, like, it's like she said, at whose expense? Like, whose feelings? Once the baby feelings start getting hurt, it's like you got to protect that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these men are mean. They'll block you and that fucking baby out.
Yeah.
You know, close the door, drive right past you and your fucking child.
So will.
So
Especially if you ain't giving them what they want. Because sometimes, you know, they just, and you see a lot of baby mamas, you know, they want a little bit of sex, and both of them like, okay, well, we dealing with each other, but
if y'all not, I don't know, you gotta leave that sex alone. That's where you fuck up at. Like, I flirt with my baby daddy, and that's to just bother him and probably brush up on my game, but I wouldn't dare. Like, because what am I gonna get out of fucking him? Like, that's gonna probably draw a wedge because I'm gonna be worried about what the fuck he doing.
Exactly.
So,
and what
I'll walk past his ass and rub his head, go upstairs, get in the shower, and go to another nigga house when I'm out there. No motherfucking shade.
While she flips hair. Okay, so so Kim, what was you saying? You said you with all the, because that's your baby daddy. So
that's just my baby daddy.
Okay, so you with all that?
No, in my story, some days,
and I'm glad that you keeping it real.
Yeah,
like,
you know, some days it's very much, Khalees, I hate you so much right now.
Right.
And it's Vivian Green, emotional roller coaster. It's a Beyonce, Dangerously in Love. It's just a roller coaster, boo.
But the baby's still little, you said, huh?
Coaster, huh?
How old is your baby?
My baby is 1. She just turned 1 August 16th.
Oh, yeah.
You got a long way to go.
That's what everybody keeps telling me. I got a long way to go.
You do. But
you'll be all right.
Yeah, and you'll be all right. Maisha said my first one, I called my son's dad. My first, I called my son's dad, and the second is the stalker. I deal with his family. It was mine first, but him, the second, hey, and sometimes it be like that. I mean, you know, once again, it is what it is. And when you have multiple baby daddies, so
my sister's trying to find this. How does she find it? It's on Facebook.
Yes, she can go on my Facebook page or on YouTube. She Who Found Her Purpose.
So when you said baby daddies, like,
she follow you on Facebook?
I believe so. Yes, ma'am.
So she can see it on her page. But I feel like the women that have baby daddy number 2, 3, 4, and 5, like this easy for them. They be like, fuck that nigga. Woo, 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 woo. Right. And I'm just like, oh, really? Oh, okay.
You know
this is my first rodeo. This is my first baby daddy situation.
Right. But it's not even that.
Huh?
But see, I will fuck somebody up over my baby daddy. Like, not behind him, but over him. I'm not playing no games. Like, I'll beat a bitch up fast. Oh. Like, don't fuck with him.
But we're not condoning violence.
Right.
I don't know. That's how I'm coming, though, behind baby.
But I know what you did, and I know how you feel. I used to be in that space. I'm just saying.
And that's
how I'm coming.
And that's nice y'all have that bond where y'all ride or die for each other. But mine is like, I'm tired of riding. What was that TikTok? Every time I ride, I die.
I'm tired of riding. I done died 6 times.
I'm tired of dying.
I'm in my son's life. We stay in different states. We talk every day, and he gets everything he wants and needs. But that's because you're a great dad, obviously.
Kudos to
Once again, it's not just about material things. He said they talk every day. That's something that is huge.
Because time is something that you can't buy.
Yes.
They need that time.
Yes. Yes. Mika says, super dope. Keep up the great work. Tony said the new guy will definitely. And that's what we're talking about. Sometimes, once again, not for all, but sometimes that next man turns into the awesome father that you need. But where do
you find him at?
But you might miss the individual because you still on that roller coaster, like Mika said. You still on that roller coaster. And so you flying by and he's still in line.
Okay. No, but sometimes you know, I still keep an ear to the streets a little bit. You know, I keep that ear to the streets. And the dating pool got pee in it. It's just it got pee. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I'm gonna deal with another man's baggage, that's another thing. If I feel like if I'm gonna deal with another man's baggage, I might just stay where I was at. Like I know, you know what I'm saying? I know the demons he's dealing with. Like at least I know what I'm dealing with versus a new man. Baby, I don't know nothing what he coming with.
Right.
And
true.
And I don't have the patience now. I'm a mom now. I don't have the energy or the patience to sift it through.
At that time, you kind of need to have faith. And I know this is me getting old, y'all. You gotta have faith. No, for real, because you know how old people used to say that back in the day. You'd be like, what they talking about, faith? But for real, like you really have to have faith in not only yourself, but your ability to pick now. Because we make mistakes. You're not always going to make the right decisions. We're only human, but it's about learning from those mistakes. So if you continue to put yourself in that same situation and deal with this person, you're compromising not only yourself, but your, wants, needs, desires, the things that you potentially had on your list. I know no one's perfect and we're never going to get that perfect person, but dealing with people and getting out of those situations kind of set us up for, okay, I'll tolerate this. I won't tolerate this. You know what I mean? Because there are things that I will tolerate that I can accept. I mean, let me not say tolerate because I ain't nobody, but there are things that I will accept, but there are things that I definitely will not accept. And I can see them in the beginning and I know, okay, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if the man really wants to be there for like my daughter had a phone at 5 because her daddy didn't want to hear my voice. You know what I'm saying? Like he figured it out. He like, I'm not gonna keep calling your phone because I don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. Like so, it haven't always been peaches and cream. Trust me, we went through it too.
Right.
He has never denied her though.
Right. And you were able to accept that and roll with the punches. You didn't turn bitter. And a lot of women turn bitter.
Okay.
Start holding the kids, which I think is what Mika said. She said, I don't understand these young girls that don't allow the child to see the father because they no longer want the baby mama. And that's real right there. Because a lot of women do that as well. I mean, we're not perfect, even though we're women talking on this panel, and this is a Black woman's perspective. This is not all Black women's perspective, but this is ours tonight. But I'm glad that you guys are putting your opinions in the comments because definitely we deal with this. We see it. It's not uncommon. We're not perfect. So we're definitely not up here bashing men because we are wrong as well at times. But you definitely have to be able to recognize it, whether you're the man or the woman, what you want in an individual. And, not no disrespect to you, Kim, or nothing, but, moving forward, just use a condom. If you don't want to be in that situation. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just saying, because until you get to know the individual or until you're in a, go ahead, girl. You done raised your hand. Go on. Go on.
I very much hear what you're saying, the condom. And as soon as I had Karen Bree 6 weeks, I went and put my birth control because we're not doing the baby mama thing again, baby. You caught me once, but I would never do it again because it's 0 stars when I recommend here.
Oh, you know what? But I tell people don't never say never, though. That's the worst thing you could do.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm saying
just stay on your birth control, baby.
Yeah, my birth control, but I'm saying for me, I want like if I get pregnant again or have a child again, I want it in the perfect not the perfect union, but a union. Right. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be marriage or just my longtime partner, I just want it to be in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say the baby mama thing. I know.
I think for me, I guess I could speak for that because I wanted another child, but because I was so focused on, like I was telling you, trying to make sure, I guess initially that things were perfect and things are never perfect. So that's why I'm telling you this. And now I'm too old to have a baby. I mean, I probably could, but I'm not having no kids because I'm not in no relationship. And like you said, I don't have a union. I don't have So, and I don't want to be nobody baby mama again. You know what I'm saying? I once again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, I'm too old at this point to be somebody's baby mama.
because it's very much ghetto going through the pregnancy by yourself. You know, you embarrassed. Well, for me, this is okay. So I had a child in 2008, and he passed away. And that child was yeah. So that child was in with my longtime partner that I was with for like over 9.5 years. So this one was totally different. Like I'm going to the appointments by myself. Everybody in the waiting room with their husband or their boyfriend, and I'm just.
Oh, I mean, I know you laughing now, but I know that's
hurt. That hurt.
That's a lot of emotion. You know what I'm saying? So,
but see, I went through the doctor's appointments and all of that shit by myself.
Yeah, like that's her. And the sonographer is always the messy one. The person that do the ultrasounds. Oh, so where's your partner? You messy boots, messy. Well, clearly he not here, sir. And then
exactly.
And then I got induced my pregnancy. I got induced.
I did too.
They didn't want me to go to full 40, so I think they took my baby like 37, 36. I don't like no, it was like 37, 38. So even when I'm checking in to get induced, so is your husband coming? It's just me. Just gonna be here, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he was there at the birth. He was at the baby shower, all that, but the doctor, we was into it. And once I had her, I didn't have nothing to worry about.
Just get on.
But again, we was young. He was the kid. He was 17 years old.
Oh yeah.
So we grew and we learned to respect each other. I still talk shit, but for the most part, like, because again, my baby, I don't like to see her like that. Like you can see her whole everything change. And my baby, she a happy kid. Like she don't like. Even now, if her daddy I'll be like, "You want me to call dad?" She'd be like, "No." She never say. Because it's just don't go well.
Mika said, my children's daddy is a blessing father. I think that's why I gave him 5. I heard that.
Okay, she throwing it
back. The other Mika, Shamika, said, my sons are great fathers, but these women make you not want to deal with the child at all. Any advice?
What does that mean? Like,
so she's saying basically her grandchildren. She has sons that are dealing with women who are not good mothers. And
take them to court, cousin.
Yeah, I think
that's the only thing I can recommend. Take their ass to court and
out there fighting and doing all that, because that's what the other stuff leads to, and then they use that against you. So if that's what's going on, do it the legal way. If they're really great fathers, go to court, get custody, or have custody, because I'm not saying take them from the mothers, but do it the right way.
I think that both parents should always have access to their kids. And if one of the bitches is tripping, either party, you know what I'm saying? You got to go figure it out. Like, you don't have to deal with the other party. It's all it's grandparents, it's sisters, it's cousins. Like, you don't have to see that other parent unless you the person that's trying to get to the other person, or irritate the person, or do something. Like, you don't gotta see him. Like, period.
Tony said,
my baby daddy thing. I put my baby on the elevator, knocked on the door, and I opened the door. She came in. We didn't say hi to each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, you gotta look and think of what's important for that kid. Like, and unless you want your kid to be depressed and fucked up, then you got to put your feelings to the side.
Yeah. So Mika said, Terrell, she laughing at your comment. Tony said, I'm like Melvin on Baby Boy. I'm going to be around. That's what I'm talking about. Be there for them kids. No matter what's going on, be there for them kids. Mika said, I'm going to marriage counseling right now. So they teaching us, me and my fiance, a lot. So that's why I asked that question. I want to see if I can elaborate on it. Okay. Let me see. She said, shit's not perfect over here. However, we both learning a lot. I just know that men and women only do what we allow them to do. And that's definitely the truth. You're going to continue to hear that. People
Ooh, baby, right.
what you allow them to do. So you, once again, have to set those boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's something that's you're working on.
We're working on it. We're working on it. I Googled boundary and the steps.
And what it is. Okay. And you wrote
No,
down, right?
like on a real no, kiki laughing, but for on a real note, like I struggle with that because sometimes our parents, my mom didn't have those relationship advice, the birds and the bees, relationship advice, versus whoop and boundaries and none of that. So at this stage in the game, this is what we're having to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And for me, I know how I cope with things. I'm more of a tick boom type person. So I'm gonna allow you to like play yourself. And like my friends always laugh at me so much because it'd be the slightest thing where I'd be like, oh, that's it. That's a wrap. It's like the example will probably be like, he probably sneezed funny and that was it for me. It wasn't the disrespect. It was because he sneezed funny. That's why I'm like, oh, I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example, but that's how I am. I'm more of a tick boom, and it'd be the smallest thing to like for me to close the door. I'd be like, So I guess that's what I'm waiting for in my situation. That's like okay, it's piling up, and then maybe one day it was just like, okay, I had enough.
So what I think, I guess, what advice I have for you, because we're gonna be wrapping everything up. Hey, cousin, she said that's my sister. Yep, you hear your sister on here. But we wrapping everything up. But I want to make sure, Kim, that you just focus on you.
Hello.
Understand that whatever boundaries you need to put in place, put them in place, because it's better to deal with things now than to blow up. Because now you do have Tambry looking at you and learning from you. And like you said, if these are things that you didn't learn younger, because you hadn't experienced them or didn't have those conversations, now you know. So now is the time for you to be that parent to your daughter that, you know, maybe you needed your mother to be, or have those conversations, because I know your mom was a good mom, but just to have those conversations, to be able to be comfortable having those conversations with your daughter. You know what I mean? Because you are going to have them.
Right.
And it's not going to be easy. And you're going to learn. Oh, it's okay. You in there cooking and stuff. We see you. Mika said, yes, she is. And that's okay, Kim. We all been there, and we have. Once again, it's not anything that people haven't been through. And that's why I wanted to bring you on here to talk about this. You see how you had so much feedback, you know, from the comments, because a lot of people have gone through this. And a lot of people are going through this and might go through it next week. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, because it's just life, and it's a thing that women go through. I mean, baby mamas ain't gonna never stop coming around. I mean, we're gonna continue to have baby mamas and baby daddies, or mother of your child or father of your child. We're gonna continue to have those. You know, so these are conversations that need to be had. Maisha says she come a long way. Let's see. She said, I have a question. Add me. Oh, we can't add you. You just got to ask your question right now. You know what? Do y'all? We don't even have enough time. I'm sorry that we seen it so late. So I'm sorry, Maisha. But just ask it. So why are you coming like that, Shelly? Mika said, why are you coming like that, Shelly? I don't know exactly what comment. Oh, probably about your baby daddy when you was fighting and she didn't went off. Okay, so I know we had a lot of comments. We didn't get to get y'all done blew it up today. We really appreciate you guys.
That's time. That's all the time.
That is, yeah. You can come on again. You
like, oh, that's it.
Don't even worry about
it. Did we touch on my list?
Yes, we did. We touched on everything on your list. The last thing, if you do want to talk about it,
we talked about anger and not being bitter. Did we say to talk about that?
Yes, you did. You don't remember, girl?
I've been drinking a little bit of wine. Don't worry about me.
It's all right. The only thing we did talk about, you wanted acknowledgement of the children. That was something that you had put
right, like dealing with they're dealing with when you see, because we dumb enough to follow each other on social media. So, baby, I'll be right here.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, so you was with your other daughter. Okay. But my baby, you ain't took my baby out.
That's not
You know what I'm
healthy.
saying? You ain't took my baby out.
And see, you can't do that. How old is the other baby?
My baby got, I think she's like 5. She's 5.
So she's older, and they've
Mhm.
already been able to build a relationship. Some men maybe, and I'm not, I'm not defending them,
Mhm.
but we have to look at all sides. I think we lost Shelly, but sometimes it's just that maybe he's more comfortable with a older child, because
Mhm.
sometimes when they're babies and different things, men are uncomfortable when they're really little. So it could be that, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or he's just waiting for her to have her personality or something. I don't know. But once again, these are the conversations that you need to be having with
Hello.
him,
Hmm.
and then we can come back and process it again if I want to. Touche said she enjoyed watching tonight. Thank you, Touche, for following and coming and always, participating. Hazel said, I'm at the fallback. Love the kids, but if you can't respect mine, I'm done. And that's true too. I mean, if you see him doing this with another child and that's making you feel another way, once again, maybe that means you need to step back and just see where his mind is at. And if he wants to be in her life, he will come. But you can't force anything on anybody.
But see, sometimes when you do that, that we need to do another show dealing with a narcissist, because I feel like my baby daddy has very much narcissistic characteristics. So therefore, when you do something like that, then you like, are you trying to affect you come in between me and my daughter's relationship, and you know what I'm saying, all them little type of games he be trying to play.
Okay. All right. Definitely we can do that. Mika said, I enjoyed you all too. Kim, you gonna be okay. You'll
Thank
learn
you,
when y'all
girl.
been here. Never be embarrassed of shit that you go through. Never.
No.
Oh,
It is the wine, girl. It is the
Look,
wine. It is the wine.
Hazel said, bring me on the baby mama issues from the grandma point. Definitely, we can have that show with grandmothers and their interaction with the baby mamas. We can definitely do that show. Mika said, I agree, Linnell. Let's see. Hazel said, fall back on the baby mama. Hey, I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do. Baby mama, baby, that's people need to be fell back on. Mika said, this needs to be a to be continued show. I need to be live. Okay. All right. Well, definitely, like I said, you guys, if you want to be on this show, Nedra said, good show, very relatable. If you guys want to be on the show or you have different topics that you want to talk about, hit me up at shewhofoundherpurpose@gmail.com. Put it in my inbox. Let me know what y'all want to do. Give me your information. I'll get with you so we can do a special show. Thank you guys for joining us, for being a baby mama, drama or nah. I think we definitely made the decision tonight that it's not drama. Every baby mama is not drama. So it's nah, no drama. It can be some drama, but all baby mamas are not drama. I want you guys to continue to follow, like, and share my page on YouTube. It's She Who Found Her Purpose on YouTube. Definitely follow, like, and share. If you guys are struggling with anything, I'm always making sure that you guys have that mental health support. I want you to contact LA Department of Mental Health at 800-854-7771. Again, that is 800-854-7771. And that could just be you dealing with this situation right here. If you're a baby mama and you're stressed out, you're pulling your hair out, you're dealing with kids, you're dealing with a pandemic, whatever you need, this might be a number that you need to contact. So once again, the number is 800-854-7771. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Good night. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you next week for the next show. You guys have an amazing week. Bye.